Did you ever see that Family Guy bit with like the mentally handicapped cop or whatever? Hello.
Like Officer Doofus
Kind of sort of like Doofy, but not
or Doofy. Damn it.
not really. Hello everybody, welcome to Geek Accident. I'm Robbie.
I'm Rebecca.
And welcome. We tried this once before and now we're back. This is a segment called Rate That Shit. And what we're going to do is basically come in with top 5 something for a topic and then narrow it down to the ultimate 5.
Our ultimate 5.
The ultimate 5. Like, let's be real.
Our
We're the
say
be
is
all
the
end all of movie critics and knowledge and topics and theories. And we are the alpha and the omega. And
Just saying what is the day to remember? The interlude song. I am the alpha and omega. I am invincible.
I got to check to make sure you're talking into the mic. It's up here. You're like, bring it down, talk into it.
I need to bring it closer.
So like you
can usually hear myself. I can't hear myself, so I don't know what I sound like.
Yeah. So and probably like down farther because we need to see your face. It's video. I'll turn your gain up.
How's that?
That's better.
Okay.
Now that we got that on film, welcome to Rate That Shit. What is our topic today?
Our topic is the 5 worst movie goers.
In the theater.
Movie theater goers.
Yeah, movie theater goers.
Yes.
Okay. So what we're gonna do, I guess, is we're each gonna list our 5.
Yes.
And then together we'll come up with the top 5.
Yes.
Okay. So since I haven't actually written a list down, I want you to go first.
Okay, because I did write mine on these beautiful Post-it notes.
Oh, beautiful Post-it notes.
Beautiful Post-it notes. Okay. Some of these I already explained to you based on experiences that I have, so I might throw some cute little stories in here. My number 1 worst, should I go 5 to 1 or 1 to 5?
Let's go 5 to 1 because
Okay.
I think that'll give us a better idea of where to go for least worst to absolute worst.
Okay. Okay, so my number 5. The not so bad, but still bad. People that don't stay for the end credits. It's 2023. Even like non-superhero movies at this point have end credit scenes. Just stay. Why are you running out?
Well, what, we established that Scary Movie had a post-credit scene?
Like people that bolt at the end of a movie, where are you going? There's more movie to be seen. It really annoys me.
You've come this far. Like, what, are you late for an appointment?
Yeah. The only time I've ever done it was I had to piss so bad at the end of one movie. And it
But
did
did you
have
come
an end
back?
credit scene.
You
I
didn't take a massive shit in a buddy's bathroom?
Women can't get there and back. Like, it's just like, it's not
true.
possible. There's usually
Right.
a line. It's not possible. So I was like, I've just given up all hope. I really have to go to the bathroom. So I've only done it once. But for the most part, when I see someone bolting at the end of the movie, I'm like, even if it's like Despicable Me, I'm like, where are you going? You don't want to see those minions come back on the screen? So that's my number 5.
Number 5.
I'm like,
Okay, that ain't bad.
what are you doing?
I mean, that's an annoyance, but it's not.
Annoying. It's like
yeah.
it doesn't bother me. Like it's not bothering my movie going experience.
Right.
Leave if you want. It's just like, why are you leaving?
You
like,
you're
ruining your own experience.
Right.
Number 4, which I think is more of a if you go to the theater kind of thing than a movie, but kids that are very clearly making a joke out of everything, like not taking anything seriously. I don't know if I'm going to be able to explain this correctly. But you ever have that group of kids that like snickers at things that are very clearly serious and like aren't supposed to be funny?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about? Those kids, I cannot stand them. I always shoot them a glance. And it stems from I went to go see Of Mice and Men on Broadway. And when he George shoots Lenny, right? Yeah. You know, it's very intense scene. Kids laughing at the back of the theater.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you laughing at, guys? This isn't funny. But there are kids like that in movies. And I'm like, why are you here?
Why? What you doing?
Why'd you come see this movie when you very well know it's not a comedy? So that's my number 4. Honestly, a lot of mine are going to have to do with kids.
Fuck them kids. We've said it before.
So the next one, my number 3 is someone that feels the absolute need to sit as close to the front of the screen as possible and then has to get up to go to the bathroom every like 10 minutes.
Okay, so it doesn't bother you that they sit that close. It bothers you that they choose to do that
And then
have to
getting
keep
up.
getting up.
So like if they're sitting in front of me and like they feel that they need, if you know you're going to get up to go to the bathroom, you should choose the seat that won't obstruct people's views.
Sure.
Like those 2 people in Barbie that I saw that had the end seats. Way to
Fine.
go. That was a great choice. You must have to get up to go.
Right.
But if you're like picking a middle seat where most of the theater is behind you, or you have to scooch, if it's a regular theater and not a theater that has clearance, and then you have to do the shimmy in the middle of a movie.
You know what? It makes that okay, at least for me, is people that at least apologize. Like, don't be a loud talker, but if you're gonna do that, at least scrunch down and just be like, sorry. Like that, I appreciate because at least you're fucking up.
Yeah, there are some people that just like confidence, like, I don't care.
Right.
I gotta go.
Right.
I have to go. I also have to sit in front of you. Like, no. You
Yeah.
should be on the end.
You know your bladder.
Exactly. You know it.
Is that 3?
Yeah, that's my third. So my number 2, people that show up late. And I'm not talking late, not late in the credit, not late in the previews, the movie itself. Like if you're coming in like 15 minutes and you're late, that's annoying. Are you okay?
It's like leaving early for the credits. Like, what ticket? You knew this was happening.
Yeah, I don't.
And trailers are so long these days. Like sometimes I'll think to myself, okay, 20, 30 minutes of trailers. If it's a movie that's at 7:10, I can show up at 7:05, or 7:15, 7:20. I'm not showing up at like 8.
No, yeah, there's not that much credits. Or if you're looking at the runtime and you're like, oh, that means there's this much of credits.
No,
No.
the runtime is the time of the movie.
Yeah, I those people I can't. I've experienced people showing up to this was like selecting your seat and stuff,
Yeah.
like showing up late and like you didn't have an assigned seat, so you had to find a seat. And if you're showing up especially late with like a couple people in those situations, and then you're both trying to find a seat,
Yeah.
no, you should have been the early ones. Annoying. Okay, my number 1.
This is your number 1.
This is my number 1 worst moviegoers. Parents with a large group of kids.
Ah!
I can't stand it. I hate it.
Fuck!
And then they never sit with the kids. They never do. So the kids are just fucking off, and the parents are like scrolling on their phones, probably like 10 rows back, and it's like chaos. And I probably did it. You probably did it. But like as an adult, it annoys me.
You know what? As a kid, my parents were pretty stern. Like they didn't take me to public places if I couldn't like they wouldn't take me to a restaurant if they knew I was going to run around.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My mom and dad never took me to a movie and then just let me do my mom would just like be like, "Robert, no."
Yeah.
You know, my parents never let me do that.
But it's
shit.
always the group of kids, like the big group of kids that like 2 parents go.
Yeah, see, I think
And they're there, but they're never like present, like they're not paying attention.
I think my mom and dad were smart enough to not
No,
do that.
They don't want to be responsible.
No, not at all.
No, but like every once in a while, you get that group, and it's like, I think the last time it happened was I went to go see Despicable Me, which, not Despicable Me, it was Minions Rise of Gru.
Yeah.
So that last year, and like I guess I did that one to myself because it's a kids movie.
What time was the movie though?
It was like 6.
See, okay.
It wasn't nighttime because they don't normally run those at night. I would
Right.
love to go
Well,
at 10 o'clock to see the Minions.
One of mine actually is a 10 o'clock kids movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
what was it? Oh. Okay.
So that's your top. So
that's
run them
my
down 5-1 again.
Okay, 5-1. So 1, don't stay for credits. 5. 4, kids that don't take it seriously, making jokes the whole time. 3, people that feel the need that they need to sit in the center or up front and need to get up constantly to go to the bathroom. The 2, showing up later than the previews.
Yeah.
And then 1 is parents that take big, large groups of kids.
Yes. Okay. Cool. So I got mine. So I'll go ahead and say unaccompanied minors is an honorable mention because you already mentioned that. But
Okay,
it's
where did
like
it fall on your list?
it was just in there. I'm not gonna sit there and say like where it was, but I did have more than 5 just
Okay.
because I figured there would be some overlap. Probably number 5, and this was pre-COVID when you could actually get shit ordered to your seat. It's not really a moviegoer, and this will most definitely not make our top 5. Movie tavern or studio movie grill employees with bad breath.
Oh no!
Because I don't know, but
because they get really
because they're like, did you have the pepperoni? And I'm like, I did. I don't now. I'm very sick.
I have lost my appetite.
I have lost my. Yeah, did that ever happen to you?
No.
Oh God, so many times. Maybe it's just a Fort Worth thing. I don't know.
No, well, I can't remember. Yeah, they did. Did they bring the? So like where AMC only did it during certain shows.
Yeah.
To bring stuff to the seat, and I don't remember if going to a show where they did it, but I have been to Alamo Draft House, and they still do it. But I can't. I can honestly say that I don't recall the smell of their breath. And that was recently. I was on John Wick.
I got a pepperoni pizza.
Oh, no.
And the dude
Pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
I am ugly.
And the only way it could have been worse would have been like, did you get the Zal? Like, all right, so that's number 5. Number 4. Hang on, wait. I'm trying to keep track of it. I'm making the order as I go.
Sure.
Number 4 is I would have to say answering phones. And I don't mean like answering the phone and having a conversation. I mean the phone going off and someone going audibly, "Hey, I can't talk. I'm in a movie right now." Like that. Like my friend Cameron used to do that. He would always we'd always sit in the back because I knew that his phone would go off at some point. But it bothered me. He would just go like, "Hey, I can't talk. I'm in a movie right now. I don't know about halfway. I don't know what we're gonna do. Hey, what are we gonna do after this? I don't know, dude. We don't know, but I'll give you a call. Okay. Yeah, about halfway. Okay, bye." And I'm just.
That is such a long. It was like almost 45 seconds.
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't like not much. I'm just in a movie and I'm hanging out. The kids are walking around the mall while I.
But it's enough.
But even if it's quiet, especially if it's someone next to you. Like if any of my close friends now, them knowing how much I love movies, if they did, I'd just be like, no, fuck you. So I'd say that's number 4.
How do you feel? I mean, I don't know if this is on your list or not, but how do you feel about people that like get text messages and like flip open their phone, like not flip open their phone, turn on their phone to like look at it, maybe not even answer it, but like the light goes on. Because that almost made my list. Because it really annoys me when people do that.
You know what? It's like
if they're next to me,
it bothers me. Like if they're in front of me, if it bothers me, like it only bothers me if the screen is like up super bright. Like I mean, it bothers me in general. But if somebody is sitting there and they get a message and they choose to answer, because if it's a darker screen, I'll see it. I'll be like, all right, whatever. But if it's like a bright ass screen, like I went to go see that new Predator movie, like back in
Prey, I think it was called, right?
2000. No, it was the one before that. It was like in 2018, 2017.
Predators. No, I don't know the name of it.
And this, I was with a friend of mine, my friend Clifton, and this couple in front of us brought their like 4-year-old. And he was playing like one of those Candy Crush games, but the screen was on and the sound was up. And he and I and I'm not one for confrontation, so I'm not going to go get a manager. But he and I just looked like I've never hit a child, but I will.
Bombastic side eye.
So it bothers me less if they answer a text message with a dim screen.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't know what you're on your phone for anyway. You paid $12 for a ticket. Whatever. All right, let's say negative Nancy's. Like two come to mind. I saw Across the Spider-Verse, and have you seen that yet?
No.
So there's a moment where they play on the Spider-Man pointing at each other thing, but because it's like Spider-Man, like 200-300 of them, they all point to like different one. And I thought it was, I let out my,
Yeah.
And this kid in the back goes, "It's not that funny, bro," like out loud. And I'm like, first off, bitch, I wasn't the only one in the theater who laughed. Second off,
You were just the loudest.
yeah, I was.
Which I'm a loud laugher, so
Yeah, so fuck
off,
you.
guy.
You know what? It's joy. My laugh is joy. I'm not going to apologize for loud joy. That's just stupid. But it was just like, you know what? It's like, no, I don't understand people who try to suck happiness away from people.
Yeah.
So and then I saw Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I don't think you were there for that one. There were moments. It was when John Krasinski showed up as Reed Richards. I go, oh shit, like out loud. But it's like a 10 o'clock movie on a fucking movie. Friday, and there are surprises, and at the end of the movie, this guy in the row in front of us stands up. He goes, "Thank you for ruining it for everybody. I hope there weren't kids in here to hear you."
Oh wait, I feel like was I with you?
Were you? I don't think you were there for Multiverse.
Or maybe you just told me that story before.
Yeah, maybe I did. But it was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I'm not allowed to say oh shit in a public space at 10:30 on a fucking Friday? Are you kidding me?
In an adult movie.
And I'm sitting here like, I bet you've never said a curse word before in your life. Why don't you ride your high horse down the steps of your ivory tower and join us back on the real world, you dick. So that's number 2 is like negative Nancy's who like go to the movies to not have fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Or they're
or are bummed out when other people have fun.
Yeah.
Now, my number 1, and this is very specific to me.
We got to number 1 already?
Yeah, because that was number 2. Was that was number 3. Number 2, loud talkers.
Oh yeah, well.
Not even like on the phone, but like sitting next to each other and like having conversations out loud. Kind of like you.
I try not to be loud, but
Oh my god, I was about to chew your head off during Guardians. I
have a loud voice, and it's hard for me to whisper sometimes.
So yeah, that one's just number 2. I mean, that's just a general peeve. You know, you're in a movie, like at a theater, like an actual theater when people do that, or any place where you're supposed to be quiet when someone's like at a banquet, let's say, and people are having a conversation loud enough to hear.
At a concert.
Like, fuck off, okay? Yeah. And number 1, this is a very specific experience, the babysitter, where parents bring in large groups of kids. Or I saw Toy Story 4 at 10 o'clock at night. There was a couple with 4 kids. Not only were they letting their kids run around, but they brought toys. So I heard like rattling and clicking and clacking of plastic and
wait for it to go streaming.
Like exactly. Like that's not the point of a movie theater at all. And this was a moment, like, I mean, yes, I'm an adult at a kid's movie, but it was late at night on a weekend, I think. And you just have your seed running around.
Your seed.
It's like the song from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Take the Seed Outside.
Yeah, it's amazing that like clearly the parents wanted to go, but the kids didn't. And that's such what a weird dynamic.
Or I mean, like even if the babysitter cancels like before you go out to the movie tickets are easy. Like until the movie starts, you can get a refund.
Really, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. So that's my number 1 is just people who use the movie as a babysitter. Like in the Predator movie with the loud noises and the Candy Crush and the child who shouldn't have been there. It was a hard R-rated movie.
I think we have a lot of kids. We have a lot of kids.
Yeah. So let's start with number 5. What was your number 5 again?
My number 5 was people that don't stay for the end credits.
Okay, mine was the bad breath one, which is more specific to.
That's like an employee thing, though.
Yeah.
It's not like that you have the person in the seat next to you.
Now, do you think not showing up for the credit or not staying through the credits is worse than someone answering their phone for a 45-second conversation? How much does the credits annoy you?
It's not that much. It's more of like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not going to ruin my movie experience.
So would you say?
I feel like we can get rid of it.
Get rid of it. Okay. Yeah, so what was your number 4?
Kids that aren't taking them like something. They're making a joke out of everything.
Okay. I think is answering a phone worse than that?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll say answering phone is our collective number 5.
Yes.
Answering phones. And that's going to go right up here in between us two. In text. Yeah.
I didn't just go into your frame.
So your number 4 was kids not taking it seriously.
Yes.
My number 3 was negative Nancy's. I think kids taking it seriously is worse than someone trying to
because it's not like they're going to do it once. They're the ones that are not there to take the movie serious. Like they're the ones that like came, like a group of kids that only came to impress the girls they're with, you know?
Yeah.
So like they're not, the whole thing is a joke to them and they're going to be real annoying about it.
Right. Number 3, mine was Negative Nancy's. Yours was
People that feel the need to sit in front or in the middle and then get up to go pee.
okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say Negative Nancy's is worse than that.
Yeah.
What are you gonna put up a fight at all? Like,
I don't like those people either because I've been to Marvel movies where people have gotten excited and other people are like, boo. Well, I have audibly went boo at the screen before.
at the screen, but not at a fellow moviegoer.
No, not at a fellow moviegoer.
That's
No.
what bums me out about it.
Yeah.
Is like because I've gone seriously
No,
like to the screen, but
I've never said to another person like, way to ruin my fun.
so feeling the need
Negative
to sit up
Nancy's.
front, get up. If we like move getting up to go pee repeatedly to like anywhere in the theater, you know, because it seems like you go to a concert, doesn't matter where you are, you always seem to get behind the person that's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Like I always feel like I wind up in the row
Where
with
the
somebody
person
who
is?
has yeah.
Yeah.
So fuck it. I think number 3 is feels a need to or like annoys people with trips to the bathroom.
Okay.
Is that all right?
So wait, what is our list so far? 5 was
Answering phones. 4 was annoying ass kids, and number 3 is pee pee poo poo.
pee pee. Oh, but what about the Negative Nancy? Are we moving Negative Nancy's up more?
No, I think that's more of a personal thing. I think because the dude at Multiverse was straight up like that was directed towards me,
Yeah.
and the way I internalize shit, it bothered me the rest of the night.
Yeah, I don't know. I've like been loud enough, like laughing, where people were like, "Okay, she needs to calm down."
Yeah.
But no one has ever said anything to me,
Right.
so I feel like I'm on someone's list. The girl that laughed too loud at the Minions movie. You're the worst.
Somewhere else, someone's doing a rate this shit, and you're like that dumb bitch at Minions, the adult woman at a kids movie laughing too loud. Fuck her and her happiness.
All of them. Every single Minions movie I go to see in the theater, I'm the loudest person laughing, and everyone's like, "Girl, are you high?" Possibly.
The world may never know.
Okay, so what do we got left? We got
So Pee Pee Poo was number 2. You still have. I think showing up late to the actual movie is worse than my loud talker because typically when they show up late, they're also talking loud.
yeah, they're usually that annoying.
Yeah, especially
person.
back before we had assigned seats. They'd be
Yeah.
like, "Bro, you want to sit over here?" "No, man, I think we got like more towards the center over here." You know, like I think showing up late to the actual movie and being a loud talker are shared qualities. So I think we'll do showing up late as our number 2. And I think we can agree that number 1 is like, regardless of whether or not they bring the entire toy chest or they're just 2 parents who are unable to control
Yes.
a group of kids, it's unruly seed. We'll call number 1.
Unruly seed. Yeah.
Unruly seed. We'll call as our number 1.
It was the top of both of our lists.
Yeah.
Was Unruly seed.
It really was. I like to have, since I can't do the drinking game rules anymore, I might have
I do like Unruly seed and Pee Pee Poo Poo. I feel like Pee Pee Poo Poo also we could fit in the person that doesn't
Don't
stay for
stay
the
for credits.
because they're the person that runs out to go Pee Pee Poo Poo.
Sure. Yeah.
Pee Pee Poo Poo's multifaceted.
So we'll call those shared qualities. Yeah. All right. So for the first ever rate that shit. Well,
Shall we ask everyone what they think? Or did we miss anyone?
here's what we'll do.
Okay.
We're going to go through our 5 to 1.
It needs to be like 10 degrees cooler in here too.
Yes, it does. I am
I'm
sweating.
dying.
And I know I'm wearing a long
It's also
sleeve shirt,
106 degrees outside.
but it is very hot in here. This is why you should bring your phone to the
Yeah, I know,
couch
it's over
at all
there.
times.
Sorry.
It's fine. All right. So we have our be all end all, the ultimate list of shitty moviegoers who will burn in hell.
If they aren't already.
If they aren't already. Some of them might have died by
They
now.
might have.
Oh, that's sad to think. Oh. Maybe one of those parents had such a horrible time at the movie they just went home and
Oh no. Pepperoni breath or pepperoni pizza waiter. Burn in hell.
I mean, if you're gonna be in people's faces like that, brush your fucking teeth. You know what you're doing for a living. It's like a dentist. Like if you're going to the dentist and you got your mouth,
or the
and
eye
they're
doctor, because they're right there.
and they're like fucking balls deep in your mouth or your eyes, and they're like, "So, how are you doing today?" And already you have to go. They're also like breathing their nasty ass skank breath down into your mouth. So not only can you smell it, you can fucking taste it.
Oh,
this is a conversation for an entirely other time. I will derail. Here we go. Our 5 to 1.
5 worst smells.
The people that we would launch into the sun if we could.
If we could.
Number 5. Answering your phones.
Yes.
Answering your phones, talking moderately loud. Well,
Yeah,
some of
yeah.
these could be loud talkers. Yeah.
Or like your phone's bright. Yeah, whatever.
Or yeah. Answering your phone.
Just
bright
answering your
light.
phone, yeah.
Being on your phone.
Yes.
Okay.
Being on your phone.
Number 4. Annoying ass kids.
Yes.
Because that was making it a joke.
Yes.
Mine
Playing.
was like
bubble pop.
unaccompanied minors.
Yeah.
Number 7, pee pee poo poo during the words.
Pee pee poo poo.
Pee pee poo poo during the names.
Yes.
Okay.
During the name.
I stopped typing short. Number 2, showing up.
Just showing up.
Apparently,
You shouldn't show up to movies.
just don't show up.
Just don't show
No,
up.
number 2 is showing up late,
Yes.
which also goes hand in hand with possible loud talkers and just being
It's
rude and
usually
oblivious in
probably
general.
Yes. they're the
Yeah,
annoying
man, I
people.
got a seat over here. Fuck off. Have you seen that episode of Seinfeld? Do you watch Seinfeld? Have we talked about this?
I have, but I don't remember every episode ever.
There's an episode of Seinfeld where they all 4 are in their own separate storylines and they're all trying to get to the theater to watch a movie. And the movie just makes me livid. Like I have a very physical reaction to that episode because I've known every single one of those people.
Oh no.
People, you know what? I got an honorable mention.
Okay.
Showing up late to the actual movie, which goes hand in hand with a couple other qualities. Number 1, unruly seed.
You got to say it like that too. Unruly seed.
Take a seat outside. Run it over in the street after the movie or whatever the fucking yelling gumdrop says.
Something like that.
Honorable mention: people who save seats.
Oh yeah, you can't do that shit.
You can't do it anymore, but like,
no, but they do. People do it. So if you have you ever
Do-do.
have you ever showed up to a movie and they are in your reserved seat and they're like, oh, I had to buy separate seats. Do you mind if we switch seats? Has that ever happened to you?
That's never happened to me, but I actually legitimately got angry when you said that out loud because that would set me off.
Just it's very annoying.
Yes, I do mind.
I do.
I chose this
Yeah.
seat for a very specific reason. Fuck off.
Yeah, I it's happened to me and it's very annoying. Or I went to the movies recently and this very drunk man was very confused at what movie he should be at, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm supposed to be this movie. This is my seat," but it wasn't. He wasn't in the right movie. And everyone was just like, "Fuck it," and then just let him stay.
How drunk was he?
Sorry.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our Rate That Shit. That is our top 5 most awful, heinous, disgusting, gross, whorish moviegoers.
Feel free to object, but we're
Feel
right.
free to object. Feel free to leave your top 5. We
we're
are
right.
right. If we weren't right, you wouldn't be tuning in. This is not fake news. This is 2 people who have put a lot of thought into their lists, guys.
On my notepad as I was sitting at my desk working before.
And on my phone as I was sitting here recording.
Don't show up.
A lot of thought. Don't show up. Show up to this. Don't. If you haven't seen it yet, our Who Framed Roger Rabbit episode is streaming. By the time this goes up, probably one other episode will be streaming. Join us, I think, next week. We're probably going to do Movie Swap next week.
Yeah, I think so.
Join us next week for Movie Swap. We each have our movies. And we are Geek Accident. I'm Robbie.
And I'm Rebecca.
And that was top 5 whorish people.
Whorish or
Whorish.
Whorish.
Whorish. They're whores.
Whores.
Top 5 people, them hoes, that we would bust at the kneecap, like Nancy Kerrigan?
Is that
her name?
she was a gymnast or a figure skater?
Nancy Cardigan? It's not Cardigan, that's a sweater.
No, Nancy Kerrigan is a
Is that the
Olympian,
name?
but I don't know if that's the one that got chopped.
I'm trying to think of that Weird Al song, headline news. Tanya Harding!
Oh, yes, you're right.
Top 5 moviegoers we would go Tanya Harding on. A dated reference. We'll see you next week for Movie Swap. Streaming wherever you can get your podcasts. Later. Later. Later.